Like, read the tweets. They're like, Bears, stop doing that. Jay Cutler, why'd you do that? Jay Cutler, I love you. Jay Cutler, stop throwing touchdown. Jay Cutler, great touchdown. This guy was obsessed with the Bears, Jay Cutler. I said, go to eBay and buy a Jay Cutler signed jersey and send it to him with a note that says, thank you for shopping at Wine Library. They're like, the jersey's like $400. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Send it to him. Done. I'm like now pumped. I'm like, here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna get this framed Jay Cutler jersey with a note, thank you from the Wine Library. He's gonna lose his mind. He's gonna tweet about it constantly.
This is an example of doing the unscalable, where you treat one customer in a way that you can't possibly treat, all of them, but especially if they're active on social media, right? You treat the right customers, and this doesn't mean treating influencers. This just means people that are actually like posting and even have a small little audience of people. Like, engaging with them can sometimes be incredible, because then they go post about it, it blows up, and then everybody sees how cool of a company you are because you spoiled one guy. They all buy your wine. Yay, money.
Convert all his business and all his friends. This is going to be a great case study. And then 4 weeks go by and nothing happens. I'm boarding a plane to go to Napa. I get a phone call. Hey, you'll never believe what happened. I believe that if you call every single person you've ever done business with over the last 5 years and said, hi, I'll use Peter Holland here. If I'm reading my eyes, Peter. Hey, Peter Holland, it's Gary. Just calling you. I know we obviously worked, did some work for you for 18 months ago. Just checking in if it's going well. Is everything fine? Good? Thank you. Hope you have the best day. That's the lowest.
So that right there, I have a friend who's a lawyer, and the way that she would frame these, she called them gaffes, which were give a fuck calls. And she would have her assistant just regularly schedule a couple calls a week for like important relationships that referred her a bunch of business. And then she would have these meetings, and the best part is the meetings weren't long. They were like 15, 20 minutes max. And obviously they could be extended if she needed them to, if the combo went well. But the whole goal was, hey, how's it going? How's life? How's your kids? How's this? Like, I'm not calling with a single business thing in mind. It's just a general check-in. And what ends up happening is people, because there's no pressure, either it reminds them of something. Oh, come on, buddy. Yes, don't touch it. There it is. It either reminds them of work they need, or it puts the work right in front of them. Lots of people have work that they need done, but it's one of those like, I'll make that call. Like, everybody's got ADD in America. It's just the way it goes. But then they never do. And then all of a sudden you call them and it's like, oh, well, you're on the phone and I do need some legal work done. And oh, will you send my assistant an email and let's get that things done and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yep. Sometimes just being in the room, being on the phone, being willing to do the check-in is the difference between a sale and no sale.
Thing you can do. Number two, you could also remember, because so many of you do, or the people that work with you do, you could also remember that Peter liked wine, or liked the Kansas City Chiefs, or had 16 dartboards in his basement, because I don't know, he's a fucking dart enthusiast. You could go buy a $50 dartboard and send it to him with a note and say, hey, just wanted to thank you for your business 18 months ago. I believe that if you scale the unscalable, right? We're in the whole talks of
Scaling the unscalable, to me, looks like a lot of things, but functionally it's about creating the right systems and processes and budgets to allow you to scale the unscalable. As an example, if the goal was for the average person, and again, here's part of the unscalable, you build in the kind of ancillary cases, like our average fee that we can spend per gift is $50. But if it's a once in a lifetime, or if it's a kid, then we can, triple it, whatever. It's like, perfect. And then how many of these do we have budget for a year? It's like 10, but we can go up to 15 if there's X, Y, and Z. It's like and again, there's always even cases beyond that, but there's so much that can be planned for and thought about that allows you to do something like this, even something that looks incredibly difficult and hard to manage and scale at scale. It can be done, and it doesn't require 100 people, and it doesn't require $1 million. It requires the right time and attention to actually get things flowing smoothly.
AI now, and everything's so efficient, and it's all technology. And I think if you go back to doing business the way that our great grandparents did it and call. Not new people who are gonna give you money. No. Thank people that already gave you money.
Revisiting your leads is a great strategy. I've seen it work with our businesses. The other one that works and shouldn't be any surprise is using uncommon channels or channels that are maybe underutilized in certain ways. As an example, I have a client that he gets most of his business from newsletters, from mailers that he sends. From mailers that he sends to clients, because they are looking for his type of business when they're getting the mail. I'm not going to go into too much detail on his stuff. I don't want to give too much away, but it's like they are looking for it. And guess where he is? Right in the mailbox. And guess what they need? Him. And it's like, exactly. That's exactly right. And now he gets all those customers. Second quick piece. I thought I was going to slot it. Second quick piece is a good reason to scale the unscalable is because definitely you're not going to have a 100% hit rate, nor do you need to. Like, doesn't matter. Nobody cares. So if you go and every time you do a scale the unscalable thing and you go be nice to a customer, if every time you do it, you have some crazy expectation of how it's going to go, or even that they respond at all, it's like, not everyone is going to. Not everyone's going to make a post that goes hyper viral. But if you keep giving and you keep going and you don't put so much pressure on you or them, the idea, similar to kind of, funny enough, a VC investment, it's like 1 in 10 may be the only one that works, but that one that works is going to pay for, oh, that's tragic, is going to pay for 100x what it was worth on the other side.
That those people will actually, on that action, even more than the quality work you did,
oh, come on, boy.
The gesture of kindness when it was not expected, even a phone call or a letter or some flowers, chocolates, a bottle of wine, that itself will substantially grow your business while everybody else is on defense.
One, I totally agree. The other thing is, I think it goes both ways. I have, for example, a client that he did something really, again, it's silly, but for Christmas, go in. Damn. He sent me a bottle of 1942. And it's like, that's obviously not the cheapest, liquor out there. And do you know how many people I've told that to as like a fun story? Like, oh, did you see what one of my clients sent me? Blah, blah, blah. He built brand with me and a bunch of my friends and other entrepreneurs and all these people because he went out of his way. Like, it works in every way you can imagine. I am absolutely living proof of that as far as like experiencing it and responding to it. Absolutely.
I believe this in 2011. I had an idea. I said to my internet department, I said, every single order that comes in,
do it, buddy.
Google the person's name, see if you can find who they are, and then find them on Twitter. This is 2011. This is, Jesus, 13 years ago. It's crazy.
Good Lord,
time
Gary,
flies.
every single one.
So a lot of people have very common names, so it's kind of hard to figure out. But finally, they found a name, and the team calls me and says, we found someone. I said, good. You found him on Twitter? Yes, we found the gentleman on Twitter. I said, who bought a very low-end Pinot Grigio. I don't think it was Santa Margarita, but this gentleman literally bought like $100 case of Pinot Grigio, $8 a bottle, shipped to Chicago. Nothing. We made like $3.09 on the whole order.
Tragic.
Before overhead. We lost money on the order. But they found him. And they said, we found his Twitter. I'm on the phone. I'm like, what's he tweeting about? They'll go, we'll read them to you. Here are the tweets. Ironically ties back down, probably why I'm telling the story of how I opened this talk. I'm like, read the tweets. They're like, Bears, stop doing that. Jay Cutler, why'd you do that? Jay Cutler, I love you. Jay Cutler, stop throwing touchdown. Jay Cutler, great touchdown. This guy was obsessed with the Bears. Jay Cutler, for all the football fans, if you remember, was the quarterback at the time. The team goes, what do you want us to do? I said, go to eBay and buy a Jay Cutler signed jersey and send it to him with a note that says, thank you for shopping at Wine Library. They're like, the jersey's like $400. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Send it to him. Done. I'm like now pumped. I'm like, I finally found something. This is my thesis of the thank you economy. Here's what's gonna happen.
Right,
we're gonna send this Jay Cutler jersey to him.
Scary.
The guy bought a dinky $100 case of wine. He's gonna get this framed Jay Cutler jersey with a note, thank you from the wine library. He's gonna lose his mind. He's gonna tweet about it constantly. He's gonna convert all his business, and all his friends are gonna come and shop with us. This is gonna be a great case study for my thesis. I did a bunch of versions of this, but this is the one that really has a good story to it. I'm pumped. And then 4 weeks go by and nothing happens. I'm like, this son of a bitch is so fucking ungrateful.
See, look at that. Look at Gary.
And then I'm boarding a plane to go to Napa to go taste wine to buy for the store, and I get a phone call. Hey, you'll never believe what happened. And just the way he said it, I knew it was that, you know? Because that is a month later, I already kind of forgot about it. I go, the Cutler guy did something? He said, no. I said, no? He said, we just got a $6,000 order from Plano, Texas. I'm like, okay, for a bunch of high-end Burgundy and Barolo. I'm like, okay.
Come on.
He goes, I want to read you the note that came on the order. I'm like, okay. Hey, wine library, can you please hold these wines, because it's the summer here in Texas and I don't want the wines to be shipped in this weather to be compromised. P.S. Your prices on red Burgundy are remarkable. Can somebody call me? I have a very big seller and collection. I'd like to see if you have some other things. P.S.S. My friend who you sent the Jay Cutler jersey to told me about your store. P.S.S.S. I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. You have two choices, in my opinion. The choice you don't have is to keep doing what you're doing, because I know that whoever does social hardcore organically and then has the right model will outflank you locally, or the person that goes most old school. Do not be in the middle. It is the worst place. Go OG, thank you, economy.
And in the best case scenario, do both. Ooh. In the best case scenario, do both. That way you can capitalize on all types of markets, because it could be that you're targeting the same customer segment, but one's going to respond to mail and the other's going to respond to social media. The other thing is, over time it changes, right? Eventually social media, again, we assume it'll be forever, but like as an example, it could be seen as like mailers in the past, because we have whatever's post social media, you know, social media 2.0, that's the modern. And old school social media, where you'd write a post on the internet and hope people see it, is considered vintage. It's like, sure, but if it works and makes you revenue, you know, nobody really cares.
Economy.
Deadly.
Or go new school, social media, plumber of the year, but don't be here, because here sucks. Thank you.
I want to end the talk by saying sucks. This sucks. The end. I'm gonna do that. Thanks, Gary. Now let's win this ones. Bah. Don't touch me. Yeah, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. We have the lead, presumably, if we don't totally fuck it up, or if he totally does fuck it up. Still, oh, you forfeited. Oh, it's 2 minutes left. You could easily come back. I have absolutely lost the game where I've been 4 up. GG's. Bye, Chad. I love you.